Well, good morning. May the Lord bless you and keep you today. May he make his face to shine upon you, be gracious to you. May he turn his face toward you and give you peace. There you go. My blessing on you guys today. I have a verse for us from Psalm 142. Again, I'm thinking about prayer and I'm talking about prayer. One of the things I like about the Psalms is that they just cover all of the different emotional states that we ever find ourselves in. There's something in there about them. There's certainly something in here about being burdened and about praying. David says in Psalm 142 in the first two verses, he says, I cry to the Lord with my voice. With my voice to the Lord, I make my supplication. I pour out my complaint before him, and I declare before him my trouble. David, I like that imagery. He says, I pour out my complaint before him. I pour it out. He said, I'm not just in there dribbling it out going, just there's this. And then he said, I got me a big old bucket and I'm just pouring it out right there in front of God. I'm just letting it all come out. I'm pouring out my complaint. I'm declaring before him my trouble. The idea for trouble is about being squeezed. It's like you're in a tight place and you're being squeezed and you don't know what to do. Listen, when we come to God in prayer, we have the right and we can and we should pour out upon the Lord every burden of our heart and every hardship of our life and everything that is bringing us down. We can listen. If David did it, we have the right to do it as well. We should be pouring out our complaints and pouring out our burdens and declaring our trouble before him. We can do it because just remember, there's another place in the Psalms, I think it's Psalm 55, where David says to cast your burden on the Lord because he will sustain you and you won't be shaken. He will sustain you. We can pour out our burdens on God because God sustains us. He's the one that gives us the ability to stand. He's the one that gives us the strength to pursue. He's the one that gives us the strength to persevere. That's the word I was looking for. And the strength to go on. So we need to pour it out to him. Remember what Peter said, casting all your care upon him because he cares for you. The reason he does that is because he cares for us. We talked about him seeing and about him hearing. He knows what's going on. He cares about the situation that we're in. He cares about what's happening in our heart, and he cares about the struggles that we find ourselves in. And remember the words of Jesus, where he said, which of you, if your son asks for bread, is he going to give him a stone? And if he asks for some fish, are you going to give him a serpent? He says, if you, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more does your heavenly Father know how to give good things to those who love him? If me, an earthly, worldly father, in fallen in nature and as imperfect a father as I can be, if I desire to relieve the burdens of my children, if I desire to walk with my kids through their hardships, if I desire to bless them when they're having a hard time, how much more does my Heavenly Father have that same desire to do that for me? And that's what Jesus is saying. So listen, cry out to the Lord with your voice, and with your voice, make known your supplication. Pour out your complaint before him and declare before him your trouble. Listen, God bless you guys. Get out there, pray today. Love you. Bye.